everybody, my name is Lexi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you, and I apologize for the lighting. I am not really good at YouTubing, so I won't be able to give you the correct lighting and support that you're going to need to view this video. So please just bear with me in my horrible lighting decision, and let's just get to it, should we? Shall we? Should we? Shall we? Shall we? Okay, so first, like any video, you're going to start with Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigmented Foundation from LA Colors. I have it in the shade Porcelain, which is CLM 351. It has a shelf life of 18 months, just so you know. Yes, I give information out like that. I'm very thorough. So I have my camera, and off to the right here I have a mirror. It's a two-way mirror. It's double-sided, so regular, and of course I can't get the sticker off, so we're going to be using a crappy dollar store mirror. So today, yeah, see, here's that crappy lighting I was talking about. We're going to start right here at my eye. We're just going to dab some of this on here. Not really going to blend it out at first. We're just going to let it sit, because why not? Oops, dropped something. Not important. That's okay. So we're going to take this brush. None of them have names, by the way, in case you're wondering. And we're just going to try to blend that to my eyebrow so it doesn't look so torturous. So just bear with me. And I just did my eyebrows, so yeah. Like, I literally just did my eyebrows before this video, because they were bad. And when I say bad, I mean bad. Just so you know. I'm going to do a little bit of touch up over here real quick, just to get that line where I want my eyebrow to be. Because we're going to color my eyebrows too, because I always color my eyebrows, because my eyebrows are not the same size or color. So, yeah. I have that. So, yay. So we're just blending it. See that nice, like, straight up line? So now we're just going to take this and we're just going to pat it over my eyelid. Dry. I don't have good makeup appliers, so bear with me on that too. All of my stuff is either bought from the dollar store, I know, my cheap ass, or hand-me-downs from other people. But when I take hand-me-downs from other people, I do clean the palette off. I do not take hand-me-down brushes. That's just unsanitary. But I do take hand-me-down makeup palettes. The one I'm going to be using today is actually hand-me-down from my cousin. Shout out to her, because she only buys Jeffree Star. So I get hand-me-downs. Talking about luxurious hand-me-downs for makeup, right? And if you see the occasional green spot on my face, ignore it, because it's just like a drying mask, so my face isn't so greasy when I put my makeup on. Because sometimes, like right now, I'm cleaning some of it off my nose. Sometimes my face is too oily and it absorbs the makeup and it doesn't look as pigmented and nice as I want it to look. So, yeah. So this is basically what my eyes should look like. We're going to do a little bit under them later on, because I'm going to put a little bit on now. Because I don't want to have to keep pulling my makeup out that I'm not using. So, and I know a lot of people probably have like specific tools for things, but when I use my foundation, I put a tiny little blot on my hand and I just dab it on there. And this is my palette. Like, my hand is my makeup palette. I always have a makeup wipe available in case I need to quickly remove some makeup off my brushes. Doesn't happen as often as you think, but sometimes when I'm really lazy and I don't clean off my brushes after I'm done using them, they're really gross and I need them to be clean for a fresh new look, and I just wipe them off on there, and I will do a different step so my brushes have time to dry so I can use them. Right now I'm looking for a primer. I know I have one, so the problem is just finding it because I have a giant bag that I got for Christmas. Thank you to my aunt because she's the bomb diggity for doing it for me. Love her. Shout out. So when I do my eyebrows, I'm going to do my eyebrows right now. So when I do my eyebrows, I use this Wet n Wild brush. It's at an angle, and it's not that thick, as you can see. And I have this two-tone eyebrow color. So I take this, and I put it in the dark first. Just take a couple of strokes, and then I put it in the light, and I mix them until I get them to like a decent color that looks like my hair color, so they don't look stupid and unprofessional, because I'm really picky about how my face looks. So we're just gonna do a little bit right here at the main arch, and we're just gonna brush up. And when the color is gone, just dip it right back in that tiny little pile that I just made and keep going. And then when I get to the edge, I just push it all out. See, look, that looks a little ratchet right now. Looks a little, actually that looks really bad. So we're gonna just bring it up a little bit. Let me do the other eyebrow. So, and I'm not doing the whole eyebrow, I'm just doing the underneath my eyebrow, and I'm pulling it up. So, down here, bottom of my eyebrow, pull up. See, because then it leaves all of this up here light, and there's just a dark line underneath it. That's when I take the Rachel's Elegant Eyes brush. It did have eyebrow color, but I used it all, so sad face. Wish I had more. It's a really good color. I don't even know what color it was. It just says Rachel's Elegant Eyes. Sad face. And it was really good, that's why it's gone. So, and then I just brush it up. And make sure you brush it up kind of rough so it fades. See? So it fades and it looks like it's the same. So it looks like an eyebrow. Hold on a second. I don't have enough hands. I really don't. I really don't have enough hands. So, see? And then since there's so much light right here, I'm going to take it and I'm going to do that. Same thing on this side. All I did was just poked the dark color, and we're going to the tips, and we're just putting a little bit of dark, and then you shape your eyebrows. So this one is a little bit longer than this one because for some odd reason all the hair on this eye is blonde. Don't know why, but it is. So I always draw a little extra out on this eye so it kind of looks like they're the same, even though they're not, because, I mean, come on, who would have big bushy eyebrows like that? Inside joke, can't say it out loud, it's offensive, I apologize. So that's my eyebrows. Not necessarily looking the greatest, but like I said, it's the shit lighting, so yeah. Probably shouldn't be cussing, but this is my YouTube channel, and that's how I communicate. So, if you're offended by the language, don't let your kids watch this. And I'll put a trigger warning down at the bottom for the cussing. Eye primer. Hydration primer. My bad. It's makeup grip. It's... okay. This is a $1 hard candy sheer envy hydrating primer that I got from Ulta. It also has a shelf life of 12 months. $1. This was their Christmas special, so that's why I got it for $1. Ooh, Christmas specials! So we're just going to take a little bit of this, put it on my finger, and then we're going to put the lid back on so we don't waste any, because I'm all about wasting and stuff. I hate to waste things. We're going to dab it on our fingers, and we're just going to go whoop, 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 to the whole eye, all the way up to the eyebrow. Don't be afraid. If you get it in the eyebrow, that's fine. You can always fix it. But, I mean, all over the eye. You don't want to mess up. So when you think there's enough, check and make sure it's still tacky. And then you're going to take, I don't know what brush I want to use for this next step. I think I'll do my other set. See, I just wiped the color off of this. It was bright orange. And let's just take a moment real quick. And just look how pretty that is. Best $5 makeup brushes I ever spent at the Walmart. Just saying. Loved it. So I just wiped that off and it's still a little moist. So we're not going to use that one. So we're going to use this one. Again, this is my main brush set. This is the set that I have the most brushes in. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 brushes of this. That's including this brush. So I think I'm doing okay for brushes and stuff. And makeup, I really appreciate everything that I get. This is the Jeffree Star, right? Yeah, Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette in the Jawbreaker. It has a shelf life of 12 months, and yes, the container is recyclable. And this was a hand-me-down from my cousin. Thank you. Not going to name her in case she doesn't want to be named. But now you know it's a girl. I mean, why wouldn't it be a girl? Just kidding. No, she's a girl. Full-fledged. Like, girl. So we're going to, and I apologize if all my palettes are dirty, but I use them quite frequently, so bear with me. I'm going to get this one all the way right here, this Virgin. I'm going to use this Virgin, and I'm just going to lightly put it over the primer so it sets it in just fine, and we're going to go from there. So give me 1 second while I powder my lid. So we're just going to do it right by the eyebrow, and we're just going to blend it down. Make sure that you don't have too much eyeshadow on the brush. If you have a lot like this, that's fine, but make sure you distribute it evenly throughout each eye, because you don't want the eyes to be uneven. So and that's done. Ta-da! So, I'm going to try and do a look for St. Patrick's Day. So what we're going to do, real quick, we're going to go through all my palettes, and we're just going to look for greens. I know for a fact that there's a couple of greens in that Jeffree Star palette, so we don't need to look in there. I should have a sparkly green. No, it's a sparkly yellow with a green tint. But I'm going to, this is Be a Bombshell Cosmetics palette. It does not say the shelf life on it. but that's okay. This is actually a really good sparkle palette. Another hand-me-down from my cousin. Ow. So it's got all these fancy colors. This is the color I'm talking about, the yellow with the green tint to it. So we're going to keep that one out. And I should have a couple of more palettes with some green in it. Here's one. An entire green section. This is an Urban Decay palette. It is Splashy Candies. It has a shelf life of 12 months. And I love this palette because it comes with liquid glitter in it. And liquid glitter is like one of my favorite things. I really love glitter. And when they come with the little sheets like this, I try to keep those to keep the palette clean. Because sometimes I just don't like a dirty palette. I don't know if you are like that, but I am. So, and I think I have another one with some green in it. I do have this Profusion Cosmetics Jurassic World 38 shade palette with a shelf life of 24 months. But let's just take a look at that. This isn't necessarily the color scheme I want. I want like bright, bold, but I might use a couple of the greens in here because they have like a gold tint. So maybe. And then I know I have another one. Here it is. Morphe Fierce Fairy Tale, shelf life of 12 months. And, sorry. And it has this green blue section in the middle that I really like. I'll probably start off with like a really light green and work my way up. So yeah, this one also has a sheet on it because I like my palettes to look clean. So a little bit about my makeup style. If you follow me on Instagram, yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, I do a lot of nail pictures on there because I do my nails a lot. But I'm on Facebook, and I do take a lot of pictures with my makeup fully done. Don't know how well I'm going to do with that, so I don't know where I'm at with that right now. So that's unimportant at the moment. So we are going to get a eyeshadow applier, which would be this brush. Top view, side view, front view. We are going to start off with this palette, my Fierce Fairy Tale palette. We're going to move these brushes off to the side a little bit so I have more room to work with. And yes, I am in my dining room, working at the dining room table because I don't have a space big enough for all of this. I literally have like a crap load of makeup hanging out on the table right now. So, we are going to take the Gin Sesh color, which is probably the lightest green in this palette. Not the cutest one, but the lightest one, which is kind of what I want to start out with. And we're just going to lightly adjust it and put it on my eyelids. So, just so you can see, I'm doing this just over the eyelids. Making sure I do put some everywhere on my eyelid. So, see, it's kind of showing up a little bit. And like I said, throughout this video, I'm going to keep going back to make sure you don't have too much eyeshadow on your brush, because what you waste is waste, and you shouldn't waste it like that. So, I really hate wasting things. I really do. I'm broke, so I can't afford top quality makeup. So I just get hand-me-downs and stuff like that. I'm appreciative. Don't get me wrong. I'm very much appreciative for everything I get and everything I receive. Love it. Love the people that give it to me. Super happy I could do stuff like this for them. Sometimes I just want to do a little bit more. You know what I'm talking about? I know you know what I'm talking about. Don't lie to me. And ta-da! That's it. See? Just barely on there. Not a lot, not a little. Just enough. I'm going to take which brush do I want to use for the next step? Let me move these brushes again. I think I'm going to use this brush. Side view, front view. And I'm going to do the next color on this same palette. I will let you know when I switch palettes. This is called She Bad. Ooh, She Bad. But this is slightly brighter than the color I just put on. It's more like a yellowish tone. And my brush is wet, so it's not going to work the way I want it to. So we're just going to rub it on my hand real quick. Make sure it's dry. Make sure it's dry on my face stash. Yeah, now it's dry. Don't waste too much. If you have too much on there, just make sure you keep it over the color and just tap it a little bit. Because then that extra eyeshadow will go back into the palette, and you can use your finger to pat it down if you want, or you can use your finger to put it on the next time you use it. So now we're just going to take this color and we're going to just do the crease. So you see that crease right there? We're going to do that. So we're just going to go whoop, straight in there just once. See, gave it a little bit of a line, and then we're going to do the tip of the brush. And we're going to do it again. And just keep going back and forth. Because this is going to be the base green color. This is going to be the one that you see throughout the eye. So you're going to make sure you get a lot of it on there, but not too much that it overpowers. So I don't know if you can tell, but that's what it looks like so far. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And yes, I literally do my makeup like this. So I apologize if at all you get confused or are unsure of what I'm doing. I will let you know. And I'll let you know when I switch palettes and everything. So we're just still going over this crease. Here in a second we're going to blend it up, because why wouldn't we blend it up? So this is what it looks like so far. As you can see, I've only done the crease. I haven't done anywhere else, just the crease. So now we're going to switch it up a little bit and go to the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette, and we're going to go to the color Sour, and we're going to use the same brush. We're going to dip it in there with the, yes, there's still going to be a little bit of color left on this brush. You want to keep the color on this brush. You're going to go to the Sour. You're going to do the tip of the brush, just the tip. If you think you have too much, just tap it a little bit. You're going to go over the crease again, but with this color, and it's going to really make it pop. So we're just going to go crease, 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 crease. And now it looks like a different color completely, right? But it's not. So now we do the same thing to the other eye. Crease. So now we're going to take that, actually I have a brush, a blending brush. Ba-cue, ba-cue, ba-cue. Looks like that on all sides. Ba-cue. We're going to take this brush right here. We're going to go back to that Fierce Fantasy palette, the Morphe one, and we're going to do the She Bad color again, and we're going to blend it up to the eyebrow. And again, if you have too much, just tap it over the color and it'll be fine. So now we're just going to blend it. I do circular motions. You don't have to do circular motions, but it is probably the best way for me because my eyes are a little unorthodox because I have a lazy eye. I don't know if you can tell, but I do. So yeah, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna blend it. Like I said, just blend, do it however you want. If you see me looking to the side, it's because I'm looking to see how much I've blended and how nice the blend looks. And if you don't like the color of the green, like right now I'm not necessarily liking the Shea Bad color, I might add a little bit of yellow to it, or I might go over it with this sour color. But either way, it's all going to be on there. Let me get some of that off my... So we're going to just go over to this eye and do the same thing. We're just going to blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blending is your friend. Do not be afraid of the blend. Okay? Do not be afraid of the blend. It will be your friend, I swear. Looking pretty good. So I'm going to take the same blending brush. I'm going to lightly tap the sour on that Jeffree Star palette. And I'm going to just blend it up a little bit because my crease went away a little bit and I want to fix it. So we're just going to go whoop, whoop, whoop. Just a couple of times. Not too many. We still want that crease to be there because we're going to go in that again. But I just want to make sure that that crease stays there. This is what it looks like so far with the crappy light. Well, it doesn't really look like I've done much, but I've done a lot. So we're going to go back to this Jeffree Star palette. We're going to get that crease. We're going to get the crease. We're going to use the sour color again. And we're going to go into this crease because the line went away. So we're just going to bring that line back. And it kind of looks like it faded on the other eye too, so we're going to go do that on the other side. Okay. Now, since we're using sour, I'm not going to do... Usually, I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to use this sour. But before I do that, I'm going to take from the Fierce Fairy Tale palette again. They have this YH Tube color. It's like a dark green. I'm going to do the crease with this color now, so I can get the light part of my eye working. Again, just tapping excess eyeshadow off, going in with that color, doing the whole crease. See? Gonna do it to this eye. And bam, now we have the crease back. So now we're going to just pull it up. Pull up the crease. Just take that line and just yank it up. Because it's just going to all blend upward anyway. So we're just going to blend it a little bit. And as we go, we'll just keep blending. Let me adjust myself. So this is what it looks like so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that fat blender brush again, and we're going to take that sour color and we're just going to paste it on there. Again, tapping off any excess. We're just going to go whoop and just wipe it. Not too much, not too little. Make sure it kind of looks like you've covered the whole lid. Don't just screw around. And we're going to do the same thing to the right side. Again, not too much, not too little, just kind of blending it in with my eyelid. And we're just going to blend it. So we're going to do a little bit more sour. We're going to tap it and we're going to blend. We're going to get a little bit more sour, tap it, and blend. My nose itches. So now we're going to go back to the crease, of course. And we're going to do a little bit more of that. We're not going to use the crease brush this time. I'm going to use an angled brush, an angled flat brush. Let me show you. I'm going to use this angled flat brush. Again, same type of brushes. And I'm just going to swipe in that YH tube. Just going to swipe a couple of times, knocking off any excess, making sure the colors don't blend on my palette. And we're going to go from the corner of my eye and out. So we're just going to go like that. Simple. One step, one swipe. Yeah, you can do it a couple of times. Usually one time is enough. I'm going to go for kind of a dramatic eye though, so I'm going to go out. So I know where my eyeliner is going to go. And yeah, we're doing it in this dark color because why wouldn't you? Duh. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're probably not going to have my eyeliner come all the way out here, but this is just base. We're just slowly working up the process. So we're going to do the same thing on this eye. Corner. One swipe. Basically the same. Ta-da! Sisters but not twins. We're just gonna keep hitting that line until it gets the right consistency we want. I'm really particular about the pigments I get with my colors. I really like pigmented eyeshadows. I like bold, bright colors when I do something fancy. So we're going to cake it on there a little thick because we're going to blend this color out. So we're going to get that blender brush again. Oh look, here it is. And we're just going to go in cross motions. Up. Yes, up. You don't want to go down, but you want to go up. Because we want the eyelid to be the lightest color. So, I'm going to take a little bit of this She Bad color again, and we're going to blend it over top of that dark green and just blend it out. Not all the way up to the eyebrow. Make sure you're leaving a little bit. And if you do get all the way up to the eyebrow, it's okay. You can always fix it with a little bit of foundation at the end. We're just going to take a little bit. We're going to do this eye. And like I said earlier, I'm not really digging the color it's giving me. So I'm going to go over to this Jeffree Star palette. And I'm going to take this Wow. It's a bright yellow. And I'm going to tap the remaining off into the color palette again, and I'm going to go right above that crease line, and I'm going to do a nice yellow highlight up here because I feel like the yellow brings out more of the green color. Yeah, that looks really nice. I'm going to do a little bit over here on top. So this is what it looks like now. Now it looks like a little more shamrocky. So that's good. We want shamrock. We want it to look shamrocky. We do have this color in our crease. We're going to fix it up a little bit because we did blend it. So we want it to still be kind of dark because we still have other colors coming on. We're just going to darken it up a little bit more. And then we're going to we're on the same fantasy fierce fairy tale palette. There's a 90s thriller color. It looks green, but when I take my finger on it, it looks kind of blackish. So let me that's what it looks like. So it's basically like a shading color. Don't necessarily know that I like it, but I think it's going to go great with this green I have on my face already. So I'm going to take the same angled brush and I'm going to just do the tip, just tap it a couple of times, knock off any excess, and I'm going to just do the corners. So I was going to like blend it all together and do like a nice smoky eye. So I think I'm going to do that. But instead of doing like a legitimate smoky eye, I'm going to do a green smoky eye, and it's going to look a little weird at first. But hopefully it turns out the way I want it to. And I don't think this color is working. Oh, I'm just not pressing hard enough. Whoop! Again, always comes in handy, this. So we're just going to tap it. We're going to get rough. So this is going to be the darkest part of my eye right here, the outside. So we want to make sure we get a lot of that. Again, you can take it out as far as you want. I'm going to take it out as far as I can because, yes, phone, I know. So I'm just going to keep going along this crease. Like I said, we're going to blend it all out, and it's going to look really good when we're done. Hopefully. Not feeling real confident, but that's why we're doing it, so we can be confident with ourselves, so I can look at myself later and be like, ooh, girl, you did great. So, yeah. I try not to breathe a lot when I do my makeup, because I think if I don't breathe, that the color is going to go on nicer. Not always the case, but sometimes it works. Not today, clearly, because it's not necessarily working out to my advantage. So we're going to take that blending brush, tapping the excess. We're going to blend up. Just blend. Blend, 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 like your life depends on it. Blending. So I'm just blending, doing the occasional cross, rolling it out, and starting to fade a little bit. It's what we really want, is that nice fade of color. See, look. Fading's going, like, yeah, so. Again, try not to get your lid, because that's, like I said earlier, the lightest part of your eye. That's where we're going to put the most glitter. Just so you know. So now that we have this nice green going on up top, we're going to keep this crease. See it? Crease. We're going to take our foundation brush that we used earlier. And, oh, it's still wet. We're going to first clean off the angled brush, because we're going to use that here in a little bit for a completely different process. But we're going to take some foundation. Again, squirt a little bit on the hand, not too much, not too little. You don't want to waste it. I'm all about wasting. Don't waste it if you don't need to. We're going to tap onto that foundation, and we're just going to lighten up our lid. So if you have to, feel free to dab it with your fingers. Me, personally, I just like to dab. Just like to dab. We're just trying to lighten up our eyelid and make that crease come back. Because you really want that crease to be there. Really want that crease to be there. So we're just going to keep fixing it until that crease is back. And yeah, sometimes it will take a couple of tries, but this is just the start. We're going to use that angle brush to really clean it up when we're done. So don't be too worried. Like I said, we're just tapping so we get that crease back. See? Crease is coming back. And we're going to wipe that off, and we're going to get that angled brush, this one. We're going to tap the concealer there, and we're just going to go whoop, like we were doing earlier, but I think I have too much on there, so we're just going to wipe some of it off, and we're going to go just like this. Just gonna tap, clean it up a little bit, make sure it's not too bad. See, ta-da, crease is back. Yay, we love the crease. When she think that crease line is crisp. So now that the crease is back, what? The crease is back, what? We're going to clean off my hand because it's got some dirt on it. We're going to clean off that crease brush again. Make sure it's dry. We're going to take that really dark green and we're just going to do it once. Just once. Not too many times. Just once. I could probably actually use my eyebrow brush. That might be better because the brush is smaller. Let's see if that works. And yeah, I wiped off the brush, making sure I knock off any excess. Again, just trying to get that crease back so it looks a little more nice, crisp and clean. We want it to look really nice for St. Patrick's Day. And yes, this is really how long it takes for you to get ready if you are trying to do something special. Usually when I'm just a regular day, I do some mascara and eyeliner. That's just normal though, like that's my normal day. And then we're gonna do that because I want this to be a wing. So we're gonna just gonna fix that. Well, like I said, it's all about the crease when you're doing nice looks like this. I personally don't care about the creases usually, but to some people the crease is really important. Don't know why, but I go with it. So now that we're done with this awesome Fierce Fairy Tale palette, we're going to put it back because I'm done with it completely. Moving on. Move this over here. We're still going to use this Jeffree Star palette. That's what we're going to use right now. And it has, like I said, that wow color. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. This wow color. This bright ass yellow. We're going to use that on this brush right here. Side view, back view, front view. We're going to do our lids. Yep, our lids. Bright ass yellow. Make sure you knock off any excess because waste not, want not. And we're just going to do our eyelids. Bright yellow. That's all you want, just bright yellow eyelids. Doesn't matter if it gets on the crease because you're not really going to notice it because that dark green is there. So we're just going to cake it up so it's really yellow. If you get a little extra somewhere, it's okay. You can always wipe it off when you're done. Make sure you get all the way to your eyelash line. I've come to realize if you don't get your eyelash line, it does not look right. Give me a second, let me hold my breath. Like I said, just cake it on there. Trying to make them even, sorry. So that's the yellow. That's what it looks like. So that's that. We're going to take the other color on there. That's also yellow. Actually, we should do the other one first. So we're going to take that eyebrow brush. We wiped it off and it's dry. Making sure all the color's off, making sure it's on my hand and not on my shirt or on my pants. We're going to take this, the one right next to that giant bright colored yellow called Wow. We're going to take the one right next to it. It's a bright orange. It's called Suck. Suck. And we're going to do under our eyes, like our underlid. Don't do too much. Not trying to do too much. Just brush it up against your eyelash. Like I said, just brush it on there. Don't swipe it, dab it. So it doesn't leave a mess everywhere because you want the colors to be different. Like you want the green and the yellow on top and you want the orange on the bottom. And if this is the first video you're seeing of mine, I just now realized that I haven't said this yet. Could you please hit that like button and subscribe if you like what you see? And depending on how good you are at makeup and how adjusted you are to your brushes and everything depends on how long it's going to take you to put your makeup on. Me, I don't really go all out all the time, so just doing this is super extreme for me. So now that we have used this suck color, we're going to go all the way down here to this yellow called Lemon Drop, and we're going to put that over the yellow on our eye. So we're going to use this tiny brush that we were using to put the yellow on, and we're not going to wipe off any of that yellow that was on there. We're just going to softly push it in there. Make sure you tap off any extra and go over the yellow on your eyelid. Now I'm using this one because it's sparkly, and like I said, St. Patrick's Day, you want sparkles. Just saying. So I'm making sure I put sparkles on. Of course, I'm not going to be the only kind of sparkles I put on today. So I'm just trying to make it look nice and even with the yellow underneath it. So pardon me for leaning to the right, but I'm trying to get the sunlight. This actually looks really good in the sun, not gonna lie. Super impressed. We're gonna wipe off that brush. We're gonna put this Jawbreaker palette away. Thank you, Jeffree Star, for giving my cousin a job and making her get new palettes, because she got a new Jawbreaker palette, and that's why I got the old one. Yay. So now let me crack my neck. We're going to take that same eyebrow brush, now that it's all clean and no color on it, and we're going to go into this. And we're going to go to this little yellow down here in the middle. It's a gel eyeliner. We're going to dap it, and we're going to do the yellow on our eyelid. I know what you're thinking. Glitter? Glue? What kind of glue do you use? I don't use glue. I just tap it on there because it just taps. So, tap, tap, tap. And I just keep tapping it on there until it comes off the brush onto my eye. And it's not like too thick, and it's also not like super thin, but it's the right consistency to just stick to your eye. So that's what you want. You just want it to just stick. You don't want it to like cake your eye, but you want it to stick. So I put too much on, so I'm turning the brush and using the other side to get it off the brush. And I'm just still caking it on there. Caking it on. Probably not the best choice of word to cake it on there, but I mean, that's literally what you're doing. You're just putting it on. Make sure you get all the yellow. Don't leave any yellow out. Like, even like the corner of my eye right here is not yellow, but I'm putting it there so I know it's yellow. So see, yellow. I'm probably not going to do this look for Valentine's Day, but you know what? I'm having fun doing it. So we're going to do it today. We're just going to tap it on there. Like $1,000,000. All this hard work to put makeup on just to take it off when I'm done. Right? I just dropped some. Don't know where it went. Thought it was on my shirt, but it's not. Just again, making sure I get it all over the yellow, which I'm not doing because we need to change positions. There we go. Again, corner, not green, but it is now. Well, corner is not yellow, but it is now. Just make sure you don't have any like super big non-glitter spots. You want there to be glitter all over that yellow. And like, even if it's not all over the yellow, if you can see a giant chunk of it that's missing, fill it in. Don't be afraid of the glitter. Don't be afraid of it. Seriously. It's not going to hurt you, and it's not going anywhere. So, we're done with that. Contemplating. No, I'm not going to do that. So, we're going to take our handy dandy little wipey here. We're going to wipe off all the extra that's underneath our eyes because we don't need it there. So we're just going to, and we're going to clean up this wing that we want here. Because why not? Why not clean up the wing we want on our face? Once you get it the desired length, leave it that length and don't change it again because it will be difficult to go backwards if you're going forward from now on. So I think it's a little, there we go. That's a little better. Ta-da! Now we're going to go to this Bombshell. We're done with that Splashy Candies palette. Yay, finally. We are going to take this shiny palette right here. We're going to get this yellow with a tint of green. And we are going to, do we want to use the blendy brush? We're actually going to take a corner of this and we're going to use my fingernail and we're going to do a corner removal and just remove everything that's in the corner of my eye. And then we're going to take this round flat brush that we used earlier to put the yellow on our eyes. And we're going to use this yellowish green tint sparkle, wiping off any extra. I'm going to put that corner of my eye. Just the corner. Just to highlight it. Looks good. Not going to complain. Actually, it looks really nice. So, yeah. And then when you're satisfied, look at it. Make sure it's even. And take the same brush with that little green on there. We're going to go to a nice orangish color. And we're going to do under our eye to really accentuate. The orange that we already have under there. We just want it to be a little shiny. Because why not? So now that it's a little shiny, we're done with this palette. Yay, almost done. I swear. But since I don't have a really nice gold yellow to put on my eyes, I'm going to use this Morphe palette. Hold on. That is 9R, which is bronze metal. It has a shelf life of 12 months. And we're going to use the Glitter Winner color. This one right here. And we're going to take a, we're going to take off all the glitter from the eyebrow brush. And we're going to put some of it on here. And we're going to do our eyebrows. Actually, no, we're not going to do that color. We're going to do the one above it called Penny Dropper. We're going to use that one because it's light and I don't want to put any color at my eyebrows. So we're just going to do like a light color. And we're going to just wipe it. Just like a little bit of highlighter. I don't have any highlighter, so this is what I do. I use some eyeshadow. Super light, super shiny, just underneath my eyebrow. I learned this trick from my cousin who got me the palettes. I always get her leftovers. I love it. Not complaining. Super grateful. Love her. Love what she stands for. She's just a ball of energy. Love her to pieces. Done with that. And then we're going to do our eyelashes and our eyeliner. Eyeliner and mascara. Now, when I do eyeliner and mascara, people do this all kinds of different ways. I like to always make sure I have a Q-tip available because Q-tips are essential in beauty. Point, fact, life. So, I have two different mascaras. I have the What the Fake Essence mascara. It's a volumizing and lengthening mascara. It has a shelf life of 6 months. So what I do is I just make sure I put barely any on there, and I go over my, first I get the hair out of my face. I just go over my eyelashes really quick. Not like any reason or anything, just like to put it on there. And then I'll take my eyelash brush and I will push my lashes up. And it also gets the clumps out. So like, I know a lot of people use these, but sometimes I want to do my eyelashes after I put my makeup on, and that's just a pain because it wipes the makeup off my face. So I just use my brush and I brush my eyelashes up, up, up. Make sure they're even. I look at my eyeliner. I have to shake it. I do like liquid liner more because it's easier to control and put on, unlike pencil liner because it smears when you put it on. This does not. All you have to do is put it on, swipe it, let it dry, and it's gone. It's done. So what I'm going to do is, pardon me for covering my eye real quick, but I'm going to just whoop. Before you say anything, yes. Over the glitter as close to your eyelashes as you can get. Just, yeah, it's probably going to take you a little bit longer with liquid liner because you want it to look really good. You want sisters, not twins. It's really hard to get twins unless someone else is doing your makeup and they're looking at your face. But like, if you're doing it like I do, you're most likely going to get sisters and not twins. So, yeah. And then the Q-tip is just for fixing your eyeliner mark and making sure it blends in with the green wing you've already made. Oh my gosh, this looks really super impressed with myself. Feeling super confident at this moment. I'm gonna take this comb on the other side of my eyelash brush, and I'm just gonna get the excess that I just put on my eye from my eyeliner, and I'm just gonna wipe it off, because sometimes that gets super clumpy and you don't want that. So, feeling super confident about this right now. Not necessarily sure how it's going to look when I'm done, but I'm super confident that it looks good now. So, yay, let's hope. Don't get your hopes up, right? Again, might take you a couple tries, but it's better to be slow than too fast, okay? Making sure I get up against the eyelashes. You want to make sure you're up against the eyelashes. You don't want to like make your line too thick, because it pulls away from the rest of your eye, and we just spent so much time on this eye and putting glitter on it, so we want it to look really nice. And again, if you get it on your eyelashes, that's okay. Just make sure you have like an eyelash brush and you can get it off. So, ta-da! And of course I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done, and I'll post pictures and stuff on like my social media. Making sure I get the extra off. Making sure I don't get any on my eyelids. Next I'm going to use this other Essence mascara. It's Get Big Lashes Volume Boost Mascara. It's clump free. It has a shelf life of 6 months. My bad. 6 months. And it shows you what the brush looks like, but it doesn't really, the picture doesn't really do justice for the actual brush. So like, let me pull it out and show you. So like, this is what the brush looks like. Yeah, it's not necessarily the best brush, which by the way, I need to clean this. So I don't like this, little leftovers, hangouts. So I wipe them off. I hate it when my stuff looks like trash. So I clean it off occasionally, because I just clean that, and both of these, this and this, is from that. That's unacceptable for me, because that's a lot of mascara wasted, and I shouldn't have let it get that bad. So next time, we're going to not do what we did, and we're going to do it different so we don't waste that much mascara. So now we have it on the brush, and we're just going to go and do our eyelashes. Yeah, people put fake eyelashes on. I've never done it. But that's because I'm so good at putting mascara on. Like, I put mascara on and I don't think I need fake lashes. I think my eyelashes are just enough. Yes, phone. I know. Instagram. I apologize for my phone going off, but it has to have the sound on at all times for emergencies. Make sure you put enough on there. I put extra mascara on because, like I said, I don't put fake lashes on. I don't see the point in buying fake lashes when you're... Because most people use fake lashes and then they throw them away. And that's a waste, and I hate that. So, not like trying to like cast any stones or call anybody out because they throw their eyelashes away, but it doesn't seem normal to me to waste all that. And that's a waste of money and glue and lashes, and you have to get new lashes every time you use them, so like I would have to buy them in bulk if I did it. And even then I wouldn't be throwing them away. I'd be like boiling them in hot water, making sure all the glue came off. And we're going to take it, we're just going to clean it up a little bit again. Making sure we're getting everything finished. And then for our finished look, we are going to take this Stay Stain. It's Rimmel London Stay Stain Liquid Lip Color. I have it in the color, I think, Rouge. I have it in the color 8165, which is Rosetto Liquido. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know where the color name was or where it's at. I don't know what the shelf life is on. Oh, actually, yeah, I do. It is 12 months. I've probably had this thing for about 2 years, which it still works great. If it's capped on really good and it still works, then it's still good. So now that we put that on our lips, that's good. And then since that's basically everything, I like to finish my lip off with a little bit of glitter because glitter makes everyone happy. So I'm going to use this cheap brand lip gloss that doesn't have a name on it because I took it out of the package. And I'm going to put it on my lips. It's like a goldish, I don't know if you can tell, it's like a goldish yellow. We're going to put it on our lips. Again, don't be afraid of the glitter. And it actually looks really good. So I'm going to take my flashlight and I'm going to show you guys what the final look looks like. So first we're going to put everything away because mess. Actually, I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of blush. Don't judge me. I'm going to use this Beauty Runway blush. It comes in a 4-pack. It doesn't tell me the shelf life, but I'm going to assume it's 6 months. And I'm going to choose a mixture of this color and this color. So first we're going to go in with the light. We're going to just whoop, like that. We're going to do the same thing over here. A little bit more because I didn't think I had any on the brush. We're going to put a little bit over here of the other color. A little bit of the other color as well. Make sure it's blended in. And then we are going to put all these brushes back. Brush, 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 brush. I did wipe off all these brushes when I was done using them, so I wouldn't have to do it again later, because I'm so smart in thinking about that. I forgot to put my brow gel on. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting all kinds of important steps today. I've never done this in front of an audience, so be kind. So that's that. And since, like I said, I don't have any highlighter, I'm going to take this palette right here. It's After Party Bad Habit. It's got a few of these colors in it. I'm going to use this middle pink color. It's called Hairspray. I'm going to just dab it on the same brush that I just used, this one. And I'm going to dab it, make sure I knock off any extra, and I'm going to just tap it above where I just put all that blush. And I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. And that's the finished look. Give me 1 second to finish putting this stuff away, and I will show it to you in the light with a flashlight, because, sorry, my nose itches. So, this is the final look. Not necessarily the greatest look I've ever done, but I mean, look at that brow arch. Yeah, there's a black spot here. That's usually fixable with like a Q-tip. So like if I just took the Q-tip I just used, got it wet a little bit, and just went over that dot a couple of times. See how it lights up, but it gets rid of some of that eyeshadow? We just cover it up. Ta-da! Gone! So yeah, this is the final look. You can barely see that orange under there, which is important. And the actual eye itself looks really nice, which I'm super impressed about. And look at that lip. Just, aw. I'm just super happy with this look. And I would just like to say a big thank you for watching my video. So please, like I said earlier, if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, please hit that like button and subscribe. And I might do another video like this. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.